Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dead Unicorn, the tabletop role-playing game club. My name is Corey. Today, we are playing, as we do every Sunday night, Shadow Empire. This is our 49th episode.
Wow. Go us.
I think. That's what No, 43rd episode. No, we haven't gotten 50 yet. But we have been playing for over a year. This one campaign. Christmas is coming up. I mean, what do you think? What would you want to give your character for Christmas? What Christmas wish could you fulfill for your character? Tarek,
happiness.
You play Shosuro Kuronagi. What Christmas wish would you give to Shosuro Kuronagi?
Moshi Sora in a cake, tied up in ribbons. Booyah.
Tied up in red ribbons, right? For the Christmas spirit?
Yeah.
Does she have to be, like, in a person-sized cake, or you want, like, her to be, like, holding a cake?
Really, the cake doesn't matter.
Okay.
I figured.
All
the
right.
cake is there for decoration.
Yeah.
Matt is playing Doji Daisuke. What is your Christmas gift to Doji Daisuke?
A fun but not a harmful prank against Naurin. What it is? I don't know. We'll leave it a mystery.
So sad that Christmas doesn't exist in Rokugan. I guess you'll never get your wish.
Sasha's playing.
Well, I guess Shosuro Kuronagi can't get hers either. So sad.
Sasha's playing Narin. Narin, what is your Christmas wish, your Christmas gift to Narin, if you could give her one?
Oh, God, I don't know. I really don't know. Come back to me. Ask Crystal.
All right, Crystal's playing Moshi Sora.
I don't even have anything funny, so you gotta give me a minute.
Crystal's playing Moshi Sora. What is your Christmas gift or Christmas wish to Moshi Sora?
Well, I didn't pick it to be funny, but, you know, you can never go wrong with a nice bottle of mezcal with a worm in it.
She'd be like, what is, huh?
A wormy.
They got that worm in it.
The moth larva.
All right, Sasha.
Oh, actually, here's a fun question. If Santa Claus was ever a Rokugani samurai, what clan would he be from?
Reindeer.
The reindeer clan.
Okay, the established canon.
I guess it'd have to be unicorn, right?
I mean, maybe. I mean, he dresses like a unicorn with that big coat and, you know,
all the furs.
He rides a war carriage.
But
a war carriage.
The Crab Clan, because you could call him Shogun Claus.
he could be part of the Crab Clan. He could be from the Yasuki family, because he gives gifts to everyone. All the boys and girls get gifts, and that's a crab courtier thing to do.
True.
Right? But also, like Santa, he's made of magic. He is the most magical thing ever. That would put him squarely in the Phoenix Clan. Right?
He's the most magical boy in all the land.
We're going to
The only
He's
thing
also
we...
enlightened too, so
Well-
maybe a little bit of Dragon Clan as well.
He's also really good at sneaking around and getting into places where he normally shouldn't be. So he could be Scorpion.
Yeah.
He could be a scorpion. He learns that magic
I was
of getting down that
since
chimney.
he can get in and out of places that he shouldn't be able to get into or fit into. He might be actually an Izumi.
He's actually not even human.
He's 3 rats in a coat.
One of those rats is really fat, man.
Nah, they're just curled up into a ball because they didn't quite fit in the coat together.
You never did notice, but under that big coat, right? He's got 4 legs. Okay. Whew. Write down what clan you think Santa Claus is.
Corey, I have my answer, by the way. I have my answer ready. If you want to know.
That's right. Also, Santa is very litigious. Writes down everybody, whether they're naughty and nice, and what exactly they've done. So they might be lying. They might be a coma.
You have to be a class that knows everyone's advantages and disadvantages. You know what I mean? Like, all the time.
Since the coma, write down everyone's deeds, good or bad, and so does Santa. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So Santa transcends all the clans because he is all of the clans.
He
that
might.
Is hard.
He might be part of every clan, though I'm not sure exactly how he could be Dragon Clan.
Because
you know what? He's a Kirin. He is a Kirin. Straight up.
He knows when you're awake, and that's exactly what Togashi does.
I was gonna say he's good at investigation in order to know who's good and bad.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Santa uses the Kitsuki method. And of course, Santa's everybody's friend, so he's the Crane Clan as well.
What about, is he a pirate because he goes over international waters? He's a mantis as well.
Mantis? I don't know.
I mean, he is good at procuring unusual items.
The most important thing that I feel like we're forgetting is that Santa's definitely a gaijin, right?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that. Or
we're saying
over the seas.
The premise is if he was part of a Rokugani clan, what clan would he be? That's what we're saying. Doesn't matter if he's a gaijin.
Yeah. Look what I got.
Kitty!
Well, I mean, he could be gaijin and part of the Unicorn Clan, so like...
Hopefully, James will make it in here soon.
When did she get
because
in here?
we have got to start this game where
I need her to not be in here.
We have left off. You want me to do a quick recap, guys?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys have been escorting Kitsu Satoru down through Cinnamon Forest for a long time now to get to Minamake, the town.
Mimikake.
I'm sorry, Mimikake, the town at the southern end of Cinnamon Forest, to get to Kuni Kamekishi, who is an expert interrogator who will get the information out of Kitsu Satoru. You have traveled all throughout the entire autumn season through this giant forest, basically learning who the 4 sages were. The sage of flowers, who has an earth affinity and believes in the Tao. The sage of spiders, who have a fire affinity and believe in they believe in sin. The Rokugani version of it, at least. The Sage of Blood, who is water affinity and has, an affinity for Taint and Jigoku. And this last one, who has an air affinity and has basically has connections to the karmic wheel of life and rebirth. All parts of Rokugani religion in its different facets. What has happened recently is that you are in the Sage of Fallen Leaves territory. The Sage has been turning people into babies and then stuffing ghosts into them and then making them grow up with now ghost souls. Or maybe both souls. Or something. Maybe somebody's lying. You don't know. The Sage said that she only does it to bad people. But she was also 8 years old at the time.
So who knows what her idea of bad people is? Maybe it's someone who didn't get her ice cream when she asked.
And she was 8 years old when she said it. She ages rapidly, dies, and is reborn as a baby. Because she's part of the cosmic wheel. She also calls herself Lady Mizoku, or the child of Lady Mizoku.
If I had a nickel for every time I was stuck with an unwanted baby in this campaign, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot that happened twice.
You could rub them together. So, Sasori Kuranagi really wanted to get the favor of this sage so he could learn a technique. The sage's rake had been stolen by Soshi Koriko because Shizuru Sasaki had been turned into a baby and the party had been taking care of it and didn't know who it was until they finally figured it out. So the sage said, go get my rake and I will teach you what I know. They track Koriko down at the hare camp. I'm getting ahead of myself here because the hare and the falcon have been at war because the hare have been losing people to the falcon clan because the sage has been turning them into falcons by turning them into babies and then turning them back into adults with ghost souls, and now they're falcon clan. So this is a very convoluted, I made something very complicated here. So
and whose fault was that?
Soshi Koriko made a deal with our heroes that she would give up the rake if they would give up evidence of the Gozoku. But both sides double-crossed each other. And
we didn't really double-cross them. Because us guys weren't even on the deal.
Our heroes got a copy of the rake, and the bad guys got a copy of the evidence. So everybody's just got copies of things.
True. I like to think of it as quadra crossing.
Quadra cross. Okay.
Instead of a double cross, it's a quadra cross.
But Soshi Koriko was escorted away from the hare camp by 2 hare samurai. And our heroes were escorted by 3 hare samurai. And now they're after Kitsu Satoru, who escaped Ide Youngso because the Sage of Blood tracked him down and tried to take him. But Ide Youngso and Sotaru managed to escape. You tracked him down, you saved him from some angry ghosts, you just finished that battle. And everybody is kind of, shrugging off their wounds, getting their breath back, and you see Kitsu Satoru in a crack in the cave. At least I think you do, depending on... nobody sees him. Nobody sees him except for maybe Sasori Kuranagi.
Kuranagi has...
Because she can see in the dark.
Did the scene end? Did we get a put to half?
Yes.
Not yet.
So nobody sees him in the cave because the cave is very dark.
I think I don't see him because only... Oh, no, I do see him.
You
Never
see
mind.
him.
I see him.
Sir Kuranagi.
Corey, did the scene reset? Do we get put to half? Because I didn't press the button.
Did that not happen? I'll
No.
hit it again.
I got put to half.
I did not get put to half.
Weird.
I hit the button.
Is it because the game is paused? I don't know if that matters.
I'll unpause the game and do it again.
Yeah, I'm already at half.
Okay,
For
it's
endurance,
working
less than
now.
half.
For some reason, that deleted all of my end stuff. I gotta
Well, you can do it manually if it's not working.
No, that worked for me. Time. It just also, for some reason, unpinned all my stuff that I had pinned. I have no idea why. That was a weird bug. By the way, Corey, I just noticed there's pings in Discord about. I figure you probably don't have it open. James says that he does not think he's going to be able to make it because he's been given a forced Windows update and is going to take a long time to update.
He said he is watching
Fucking
and
Windows.
commenting.
I
on
see
the
him
stream.
commenting.
This is most unfortunate because Young So and what's his face Satoru had a big interaction recently.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
might
you
want-
would probably just text roleplay with us, like what I did when I had that power outage a few years ago.
If your computer gets too powerful for Windows, you gotta turn it into a Linux machine.
Well, you have to remember, Matt, not only if he's watching on stream, he's on like a minute or two delay, and then also the time it would take him to
Yeah.
reply to the text. Like, we're going to be sitting here for 5 minutes waiting for him to get in like 3
No,
words.
you can't
Like-
play via text.
Can
No.
I
Yeah.
ask you a question? Oh, let's wait 3 minutes.
Yep, let's wait for him to catch up.
And then cue the Jeopardy theme. Dun dun dun.
Okay,
dun.
so
But like in character, I'll ask him if he recognizes the area.
nope.
Hmm.
He has no idea. This is all new to him. Because he has amnesia.
Amnesia.
We should
I
probably
guess,
search
has
the
anybody
area.
said that they see Satoru?
I mean, I remember seeing him
No.
while the ghosts were
Yeah, he-
here. So
Right there, in the corner, just sitting there staring.
Which corner?
You
The one straight in front of you. He points over this direction.
can't see her. You can't. Pointing doesn't work with you.
Oh yeah,
But
They can't
which
see
one?
you.
southwest.
I just
Great.
moved, and the light of my sword now illuminates the corner he's in.
Okay, excellent.
Unless you
Okay.
want to say that the scene's over, so my sword goes away. That's
Uh,
also fair.
well, I mean, we're in a cave, so might be more.
I know,
prudent
I
to,
feel
not
like-
doubt it.
Kind of the point of that spell is that it goes away when you don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
But we're in the dark.
I'll say it's fine. It's there. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
if not, I can just recast it. It's like nothing.
He's hiding in a little sliver. When he sees you,
Daisuke will
take
approach
the
and say,
chains.
"Satoru-san, are you all right?"
he stands up and he brushes his kimono, the dirt from his kimono, and he says, "It's about time you guys got here." And he pulls off the ward from the wall.
Would you like to explain to us what exactly happened since the last time we saw you?
Well, if you must know, we were attacked by your doppelganger. And he points to Moshisora. The detestable sage of blood came to capture me and ransom me for her heart back.
Oh. And Ide Youngso's amnesia?
He has amnesia? Well, you
Well,
see what
apparently-
happened after that. was.
Why did you tell him that?
You
Doji
dummy, what?
Daisuke, the oversharer.
Yes, he doesn't he doesn't remember this cave.
What happened after that, you see, was the sage knocked my manacles off, and I fought the sage while Ide Youngso tried to back me up the best he could, but he was just very ineffectual. I had to save him. But
definite
she was
definite sentiment
she
check
was
on this
too
one.
overpowering, and we got separated. I ran for my life and hid in this cave.
I'm gonna do a
Naruto,
sentiment check.
It does seem a bit
Naruto
over
has
the
the
top to
chains.
even check, but sentiment check,
Sure.
yeah.
Let's see. Would air seem fair, or would it be fire, or definitely not recall?
Definitely not recall.
I mean, let's see here.
Air
Sense?
seems good to me.
Air is analyzed. Sure, you can use air.
Can y'all hear Sasha?
All right,
What was
and
that,
what's
Tarek?
the TN on that one?
Can y'all hear Sasha? Can y'all hear me and Sasha?
Can you hear me
Yeah,
when I talk?
we can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you both, but you're kind of quiet.
Me or Tarek is kind of quiet.
Both.
Can you turn us up, Tarek? Because I've been trying to say something like
Oh.
4 times.
That's better.
Oh, sorry. So what's up?
Okay.
No, go ahead. I'll say it when y'all are done with your checks.
Okay, so what's the TN on this roll, Corey?
Oh, it's hidden TN.
Hidden. Oh, okay. Definitely gotta use that void point for that.
You know what? I'm gonna do it too.
I will not use my new void point.
Oh, who won the poll?
Oh, good
yeah,
question. I was
thought about
about to
that.
ask that too.
By the way, we do a poll every week for your for the character you think that deserves a little bit of help in the next game. It is on our community page here at the Dead Unicorns YouTube channel, and the one who wins basically gets a roll that wins. It's a free successful roll.
That means no opportunities, no bonus successes. You just get the minimum success you need.
Yes, and that is Shosuro Kuranagi with 33% of the vote.
Wow,
Wow.
33. That must have been really split.
It was really split.
I don't know what happened. I lagged out, and so when I was trying to click the go next button thing, and then it instantly skipped the step where I keep my exploder die. So I should have had 3 successes and 2 opportunity, but it didn't let me keep any of the other dice because it.
Oh yeah, I
skipped
see
past-
I see the other success there.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause I don't know what happened, but I lagged out a little.
Okay. Did everybody get 3 successes? No.
I
Mushi's
got
short.
2.
Okay.
I got 5.
Congrats.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Keep all
And
that
I'm also
strife.
going to use the opportunity to be subtle, so that way, Kissa Satoru won't pick up that, I don't believe his lie.
So, he's definitely stretching the truth in some places. He's not flat out lying. There's a few things where you think maybe that's not true. That maybe that's, but for the most part, it's true. He's like, Ida Youngso was no match, so I had to heal him, and he basically embellishes the story, but it's not
Completely
untrue.
false.
It's just like the movie adaptation version that makes him look really good.
Yeah, based on a true story.
He's puffing himself up like a peacock a little bit.
And it makes it look like he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So those who made your sentiment check, you're probably like, oh yeah, he probably did something to Youngso. We don't know. We'll never know unless we get him to the Cooney.
and interrogate the information out of him.
So can I use my 2 opportunity to learn one of Satoru's disadvantages, please?
Sure. I thought I gave you his disadvantages already.
You did, but you did a really long time ago, and I lost my notes that had it, and I figured I'd just ask you again.
Sure. He's arrogant.
That's what it was.
What? No way!
I thought it was argumentative because it also started with an A, and I couldn't remember. Arrogant sounds right. Okay.
Arrogante.
So Naren has the chains that she took from Youngso because he still had them on him. And looking at them, are they unlocked? Because he just said she blew my chains off. Are they unlocked? Like they were unlocked with a key?
They are okay. First off, they are damaged.
Yes.
With fire. But it could be magic. You don't know unless you want to make a check for that. But yeah, they seem that they could be unlocked, but it could have been just blown off with magic ability.
Well, if I put the key back in the chain and I try to close it, does it click and close? Does it lock?
Let's see. I'm gonna give it because these are damaged. These are damaged chains, so I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna do a D100 roll, and I'm gonna give it a 20% chance that it doesn't lock again. I think that's fine. Nope, they lock. They do lock.
Okay, so Naren stores that little tidbit of information into the Reasons to Hate Kitsu Satoru folder in her brain.
Sure.
And then she looks at Daisuke and says, Daisuke, can you fix these?
I might need to give it some time to look it over, but I can certainly give it a shot.
Wonderful. I know Ide Youngso still has some smithing capabilities as well, if his fall on his head didn't knock that out of him as well. Perhaps the two of you can fix these before we continue.
I'm trying to remember. Daichi-san, is there an area where we could work on these manacles before we continue our journey?
I have one more question for Satoru.
Sure.
Why did you show up here?
I was trying to escape the Sage of Blood.
And you came and hid in a cave.
Well, I was hoping you guys wouldn't find me either, but then the cave was filled with ghosts. And so...
Were the ghosts here before you got here or after?
What?
Were the ghosts here before you got here or after?
They were here after I got here.
So they just showed up after you got here?
Yes.
They didn't, follow you?
They probably followed me.
Huh.
I was busy running.
Well, we are still in the part of Shinmen Forest. I'm not quite sure what sort of spectral mysticism is happening around this area. So it is a possibility.
We might want to get out of this area of Shinmen as soon as we can, because more ghosts might be coming.
There are...
And the Sage of Blood is likely has some way of tracking us if she followed us all the way here.
Oh, no.
There are a great number of spirits in this area. And if they have become violent, we should probably get a move on.
Yeah, I think, of course, she can track us.
We have her heart.
We have her heart, yeah.
Doji Daisuke had an important question for this person.
Essentially I asked Daichi if there's an area where Daisuke can at least try to work on the manacles a little bit to repair them, make them.
He looks at you crazy this is a cave. Dude, I don't own this cave.
Somewhere else. Can we go back to his
camp or something?
Oh, you want to go back to the hair camp?
Yeah. Just someplace in general close-ish.
There's a place in the hair camp we can go back to repair the chains if you need to repair them there. Sure.
Yes.
It's a small setback, but I believe for everyone's safety, she looks at Kitsu Satoru, we should take the detour.
Okay.
And besides, if the Sage of Blood is out there attacking people, perhaps we might want to check up on your camp and make sure it hasn't fallen under attack as well.
That is a sound thought.
Okay, do you put the damaged chains on Kitsu Satoru?
For now.
Well, if they still lock, then we can give it a shot. Hopefully they still have their magic sealing properties, so crossing fingers, but we will have to
It's probably
repair.
better than nothing, so I suggest that we do.
Okay. You guys head out. You meet up with the other two
I will ride directly behind him to keep an eye on him.
There are the other two hair that are out there that have been keeping watch in case they need to charge in. And
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And they join you. They're glad that everybody's safe and sound and you got your charge. So from here, you can just tell me where you want to go if there's anything you want to do before you leave.
I want to say this before I forget. Did we actually ask for like at least another horse or two from the hair if they could spare any before we left? Because I don't think we did.
Nope.
But considering we now know that Youngso's horse is dead too, and Kuranagi was riding with Youngso, we might want to ask for at least one more horse.
The hair say, we don't use horses in the woods.
Crap.
No horses.
Yeah, that tracks.
Well, if you need a ride, I wouldn't mind walking a part of the time.
The issue is that it slows us down to have even one walking. Not so much our stamina that I'm concerned about, but our speed. We are being pursued. But we'll just have to make do with the horses we have.
Given the density of the forest, we're not going to be able to move faster on horseback than walking.
Daichi says, well, now that we have Satoru back in our charge, we can head straight towards the village and get whatever we need finished.
All right, that's fair.
Instead of making all of these detours.
Which village?
Mimikake?
Mamikake.
Oh, Mamikake is a village. Okay,
Yes,
I thought
we
it
can
was
go
more
straight
like
there.
Hold on, let me bring up the map of Rokugan for everybody so you kind of know.
For some reason, I didn't think the like place with the torturer was gonna be a village. I don't know. Just the village.
She's not a torturer.
It's interrogation.
She knows magic.
Just a little bit of torture. Just like a healthy amount.
I mean, if you want to bribe
I don't know, they
them,
might
I
do some
mean-
torture. But the whole point was that she could, like, magically release his tongue.
Sure, but saying magic tongue releaser is a bit more of a mouthful than just saying torture.
So as you can see,
I just imagine, like, when you said that, like, Kitsu Satoru is, like, having, like, some magics applied to him, and his tongue launches out of its mouth and starts flopping around on the floor, like, spouting out secrets.
I'm imagining we ordered oysters, and her power is that she can open them and clean them out for us. Here.
I want to go one step further than what Matt said in the tongue flopping around. I think the tongue flies out, grows arms and legs and a big mouth, and starts having some like attitude. So you want to know what this guy knows, huh? Well, let me tell you something, Mac.
I like that.
The things I've tasted, you just wait. You just sit down and listen.
By the way, the food you've been feeding me tastes like horse feet.
Horse feet.
By the way, you really need to clean this floor. I can taste it.
Exactly. He can taste it with any part of his
Reminds
body.
me
'cause he's
of the
just a
tick with
Yeah,
Tonguey.
the tick and
I was
tongue.
thinking whenever y'all were saying, I was just
The
imagining
oyster
Tiny-
shucking the.
I'm tasting you with my fingers like a starfish.
So, if you don't know, there's an episode of The Tick where a mad scientist makes a giant tongue. It's not a bad thing because they're in a mad scientist convention where all the mad scientists are showing off all of their inventions. Unfortunately, there's a mind switching device in the mad scientist convention, and it switches everybody's mind. And so Tonguey's mind goes into Arthur, and Arthur's mind goes into Tonguey, and Arthur is like, "Oh God, I can taste the floor," and Tonguey is like licking everything he can, and the mad scientist is like, "Oh, poor Tonguey, only one tongue in which to taste the world." It's great. Watch the animated Tick. One of the best cartoons ever. Okay.
Watch any version of the Tick.
Really. I was sad when they canceled the Amazon
It was so good.
series. Okay. So you got a couple locations y'all can head to. You can head to the Hare Camp back there. You can head to the Sage of Fallen Leaves Sanctum, or you can just head straight to the village.
What are the relative distances for this?
So the Hare Camp is a little bit out of your way because it's towards the Castle of the Hare. The the Sage's Sanctum is it's closer by. It's like an hour, a little more than an hour away. You've been, and the Mimikake village is like a couple days travel still.
I don't want to get to Mimikake and then potentially meet, like, what if the Scorpion sent people to meet us at Mimikake that didn't go through the forest, so they would have gotten there first? You know what I mean? Like, and then Kitsusatoru has damaged chains, and then they're able to break him out. I feel like even if it's a detour, it might be safer for us to get his chains fixed before we potentially run into a situation where not getting them fixed bites us immediately in the ass.
That's a fair assessment. Yeah, and plus,
I know no one likes the idea of going backwards, but like, unless we want to go to the Falcon Village or the Falcon Camp and then try to fix chains among a bunch of dead bodies and a dead horse, which I feel like is very disrespectful.
The Falcon Camp is also as close by as the Sage's Sanctum, so that you could try there and see if they have tools and stuff left by. They probably do, since
I was going to say, if one of the clans has a space for repairing weapons and armor and such, I'm sure the other does as well.
The issue is do we think we can get away with our Hare escort not asking a bunch of questions about where we have led him again? Like, Naren got them to stand outside one time.
Where are you having this conversation where you're the Hare right there? I'm just letting you know. There's no place you're having this conversation that the Hare is not there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we could perhaps use what's left of the Falcon War Camp's forges and see if we can repair the manacles there.
Among the dead?
Well, it's closer, and
it puts us at risk because there is a certain sage who is following us who could
Still be there.
reanimate the dead.
Oh,
yes.
Reanimate the dead. That's
Isn't that what blood people do? Isn't that the whole point?
I'm not sure what exactly their powers are.
Yes, how do you know?
No reason.
But out of character, didn't somebody say something to you about, like, the people who had been spirits before fighting against everyone else? Or was it somebody else they said that to?
It wasn't any. Yeah, you don't.
Oh no! They did. The Falcon told Naurin when she went to
Yes.
the sage's house that only the ones that had the two spirits turned on everyone else and started attacking them. But Naurin hasn't really had a chance to share that information. But I suppose it doesn't actually hurt to share it, so she'll let everybody know.
All right.
That that's what the Falcon said.
This is stuff Kitsu Satoru doesn't even know. He has no idea that happened.
Is it wise to share? Like, out of character for me to say that?
I think that's probably the least harmful information we could have given them out of everything. That doesn't seem to screw us in any sort of way.
Okay.
But the
Might
information
hurt our
that would not be
relationship.
good to share would be why we would anything having to do with the sage's house. So Naurin will look at Kuranagi and say, I don't suggest going back to the sage's house. My vote is that we return to not the sage's house, because he doesn't know that. I don't suggest we go back to where the injured Falcon are. I suggest we simply go back to the Hair Clan camp, fix the chains there, and just get it taken care of. We don't need to cause any more trouble than we already have.
I guess that'll give us an opportunity to report in to your lord. He says, looking at the Usagi.
Well, I can't say I look forward to spending 2 days on the road with a prisoner who may simply be able to drop his bonds at any moment.
I guess I can't say this out loud. Naurin will look at Kuranagi and say, no rake, like with the bond, no rake. Hair don't know about... what was it, a temple? What was the sage's place called?
You call it a sanctum. You call it a
sanctum?
house.
Sanctum, compound.
Compound.
It was a little hut.
Okay, don't know about sanctum. Yeah,
Temple.
sure.
Don't
Because,
know about Sage Hut.
Like, reasonably, Kuranagi has the most reason to want to go there, but, like, we don't have the rake, so why make the risk unless you think you have another reason to go there? You know what I mean?
I didn't say that I wanted to go there.
Well, I'm saying if you want to, you should speak now.
No.
Okay.
Not until I find the rake.
How are we gonna find the rake anyway?
We're gonna have to find the scorpion.
Okay.
Murder them on the path.
Okay. We shouldn't talk about this because then Corey's gonna be like, "You're saying it in front of the hair."
I've warned you. Everything you say is right in front of the hair for right now. So I'm not going to say it again. Okay, off to the hair camp you go. No problem. You guys get to the hair camp. The commander, Daichi, says, I'm going to go check in with my commander. You can use the tools in there, and my men will escort you there. And tell the smiths there to help you, assist you in anything you need.
All right, so I'll take Ide Youngso with me to, look over the manacles and see if we can fix them, and hopefully we can do a assisted roll to,
Sure.
fix it.
Ideally,
I have
there's
at
an actual blacksmith here who knows what he's doing. Or she is doing.
There is a person here that knows how to repair weapons and armor.
All right.
Make tools like hammers that they can use to stake down tents and things like that. So there is somebody who is proficient here if you want to use their services.
All right.
Okay. Who is taking care of Kitsu Satoru?
I'll keep an eye on him.
Naren as well.
I mean, for now you don't got much to do, so we can all.
We
We're
can
all
all-
surrounding him.
We can play Uno together.
Yeah. Naren has a gaming kit, so we take turns beating him in various games to keep him occupied.
I was gonna say we can play some games to pass the time. Thanks.
All right.
Oh.
You get the chains made up. You have to spend the night here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you do. Does anybody do anything else rather than fix chains or babysit Totoro? Yes, ma'am.
So I am curious about Daisuke's side quest with the cards, the Hanafuda cards.
Sure.
So I'm missing one more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have I gotten anything from the hair camp? I can't really recall if I did.
Hair
I know I
did
got
give
one
you
from-
the card that the last card you have, but the final card, I don't know. Is let's see what cards are out there. We'll
I
take,
was kind of thinking he had gotten the last card.
let's see what cards everybody has. We
Okay.
have.
So I have Benten, Daikoku, and Fukurokujin.
That's 3. Ide Youngso has none. No, wait, Abisu. So that's 4.
I have Kishoten.
So that's 5.
I think it's Bishamon. It's the one
Yes.
that has to do with endurance and recovery.
So that's 6.
I have Jurujin.
And that's 7. That's all.
Is that all of them?
That's all of them.
Didn't
Oh.
they say something about a temple that you were supposed to go to that was a bit of a ways away from this camp?
Yes.
Yeah,
So you talk to them, and yeah, you go south to. There's a lake that separates Shinneman Forest to Meimekake Village, and on the north shore of the lake there is a shrine there that you can return the cards to.
I think, once we get all of our ducks in a row over at the camp, maybe I think Daisuke might take a nightly pilgrimage over there to,
It's a day's travel away, and it's the direction you're heading.
Okay. All right. Well,
We'll just stop
at least
on the
Daisuke
way.
Will inform the rest of the group. I would like to take a quick pilgrimage to this shrine. Give the cards back to the fortunes. And
Sure.
well, hopefully,
It's not a detour. It's on
Okay.
the way.
all right, that's good.
Naren
I was
wants-
worried there was gotta be a detour. It's like, all right.
Naren wants to ask the hair if they've heard anything about the scorpion. She's assuming no, but like they haven't come back here. They haven't sent word or anything, right?
Actually-
you haven't had any more.
The 2 hair that went with the scorpion are missing.
Uh-oh.
They should have
they're
returned.
Not hearing back.
They did not come back.
I will warn you, now that they have been missing, if they come back, do not trust them easily. One of them is very crafty, and I have seen her play tricks on the mind. And I would not be surprised if she could change her appearance and perhaps the appearance of the other with her. Nor if you have any 2 newcomers, please be wary.
Like, you're a newcomer.
There are more than 2.
So yeah, basically, yeah, they're very concerned. They've sent out some search parties, but they haven't found bodies or anything like that. There's like their 2 hair companions, just escorts, have not returned.
I think Naren warned them about that before we left. So, but it's unfortunate that happened anyway. No,
Anything else? All right. Well, y'all.
One more thing, actually. Let Crystal finish, and then I'll go after her.
I have taken a minor wound in my air ring, and I wonder if my My lovely Kuronagi might be able to help me with that.
That is very true. She could.
Especially if you call her your lovely Kuronagi. Butter her up a little bit. She'll give you a foot rub, too.
And my question is that I believe when we were in the fight with the spirits, you mentioned one of our armors, and I think it was mine, got damaged. And I would like to see if I could repair it.
Okay. The hair will repair your damaged, what is it?
Ashigaru armor?
Yeah,
I
they'll
think it
repair your
had the
armor.
durable quality before.
Yeah, they can repair any clothing or armor. I
Okay.
believe somebody lost their clothes.
I was going to say also,
Lots of clothes.
my robes were so messed up that they're just completely destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need new clothing.
They will give you just a standard common clothes that you can wear.
Like
Can I
traveling
get
clothes.
Traveling clothes, yeah, traveling clothes.
A dagger for me?
It's better than nothing.
A dagger, a dagar,
Yeah.
A dagar.
Gar?
a
Are those
dagar.
ninja weapons?
It's a very important dagger to me.
Wait, what do you want?
I would like them to repair a dagger for me.
Oh, they'll repair. Yeah, they'll go ahead and do that for you.
Will they only repair things up to that were damaged to normal, or can they make things durable again?
No, they can't make them durable again. Not here. If you had like a town with like a specialist, they can do that. But they can only get things to normal quality.
Naren has a damaged knife, which I would like repaired as well if they are willing to, and then that's it.
Sure. They will...
Oh, I have a damaged lantern. Can they fix that? It's not necessarily a weapon, but it's made of metal.
Yeah.
They make tools. Maybe
they can
that.
fix a lantern.
Okay, great. And maybe we could
Replace
actually
the glass or whatever.
like, can we buy another one just to have a spare? It would be nice.
A lantern?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get another lantern. How much are they? Like a boo? Like a...
I don't. They're
Not a
not
whole
in
lot.
the equipment. You came up with them, remember? I believe you came up with them because they didn't even have them in there.
No, I'm pretty sure lanterns are in there.
I don't think
I don't
they are,
think
actually.
so.
I think she's right. I don't think there are lanterns in here.
I was
Yeah, I
thinking there were
remember
a
us
couple
having a
different
whole
kinds.
discussion about how it's so weird that they don't have light sources
Yeah.
as items.
They don't. No torches or lanterns, yeah. So, yeah, we can make it
okay.
a boo. A boo for a lantern sounds fine by me.
How much will they charge me to repair my dagger?
Oh, they'll just repair it.
Oh, that's very
Yeah,
kind of
they'll
them.
do repairs for free, but if you want any of their resources, you pay them for it. Like,
Okay, I dropped the boom so that we have 3 lanterns, and none of them are damaged anymore. If anyone else wants to buy another lantern, please do that yourself. I got another for the squad.
a dagar. Okay. Y'all spend the night there. Y'all wake up in the morning, ready and fresh to go, and you head out towards
The
Oh,
special dice
we should
place,
head back
The shrine.
toward my Mekake.
I presume.
okay. Maimekake
After we clip
and the shrine.
Kizu Satoru into his leash. Did our audio go out?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I saw Corey's mouth moving and I heard no words.
Can you say something, Corey?
No.
See?
No. Oh,
See?
oh,
It's gone.
you're gone.
Can you
Can
not
someone
hear
else
me?
say something?
Hello?
Blah 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 blah.
Matt,
We don't hear any of you.
La 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 la.
Oh, I hear Matt,
I
but
hear Matt, but I
okay.
don't hear Corey or
Something's
Crystal.
wrong
Yeah.
with me.
I hear both Corey and Crystal. Like, I hear everyone just fine, so...
what?
Okay, I'm gonna have to refresh the page or
What is
something.
happening?
I don't know what's going on. Corey, I apologize in advance.
That's fine.
but-
Go for it.
Okay. In the meantime, Corey, I am trying to drag in the stats for traveling clothes. I would assume that's under items.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta change where everybody goes here real
No,
quick.
we still don't hear him.
Oh, okay, it's under armor.
Oh, we hear you! Yay! Corey, can you say something? We heard Crystal.
Check 1, check 2.
Yeah, it's going.
We're good.
It's going now. Okay, cool.
What do we miss?
Awesome. I don't know what happened there.
Not much. We're just checking out the technical stuff.
Oh, hey, at the very least, traveling clothes are durable. They won't help me against ghosts.
I don't know if you caught me saying it, but I wanted to make sure that like the chains were on Keito Satoru correctly, and like double check that before we leave.
Of course.
But I think we may have. I don't know if you heard because I think we lost your audio. I don't think you unheard me though. Unheard? That's not a word. Whatever.
Oh my goodness. The temperature actually increases today.
What?
Yay!
Things are going wonderful for you guys. It's 40 degrees.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you were like, oh, you made it through autumn! And I was like, it's been below freezing for a good while.
But it hasn't snowed.
It's global warming, guys.
I was
Everywhere.
amazed.
Global cooling?
Well, climate change encompasses all of the weather pattern changes that happen.
Yes,
because of
but
our-
you specifically said warming.
Miss Nitpick.
I was amazed that it's been under freezing for so long, and yet I didn't roll any precipitation. I was like, come on, precipitation! Come on, precipitation! And every day.
Snow for Christmas.
There is so much worse than snow. Like, the worst thing ever is freezing rain.
Yeah.
Hail.
Fuck
Yeah.
freezing
Hail.
rain.
We had that last week here in Anchorage.
Or
We
black
had that
ice.
2 days ago here in Anchorage.
Well, y'all are in Alaska. That's not surprising.
It misted all day, and it was below freezing.
Womp womp.
We had hail 2 times in the entire time I've lived in Arizona, and both times I laughed so hard I almost cried because we don't get snow or hail or anything interesting. We just have dust and despair.
Yeah, I don't want to live there.
Breathe in that hot desert air.
And choke.
If you can help it, don't.
All right. So not only is it a beautiful day, but it's also a warmer day.
A beautiful
Thank
day
God.
in the neighborhood.
It's not freezing. It's just slushy.
It's not even slushy. Since it's gone
Muddy.
since it's gone below freezing, it has not cuz I've been rolling the terrain, not the terrain. The
Weather?
where is it? The weather. And yeah, there's light precipitation, heavy precipitation, temperature decreases, temperature increases, beautiful day, and then same as last. And
I mean, in the beginning of the adventure, we did have some heavy rains that we had to navigate through, so...
yeah. And temperature increase, like, okay, each one of these things have weight, which means this is how many, like, times it can come up on a roll. So fog is a weight of 2, light precipitation is a weight of 2, heavy is a weight of 1. So it's kind of rare to get heavy precipitation. Temperature decrease is a weight of 2. Temperature increase is only a weight of 1. So it's rare, and you got it. Beautiful day is a weight of 3, and same as last day is a weight of 2, because that makes sense, you know. Just continue the weather from the previous day.
I'm not a big fan of gritty realism unless like it adds something to the story, but I have to say it must be nice to get a break from below freezing. We might actually be able to wash ourselves like full body if we find a stream somewhere instead of like pouring hot boiled water over ourselves and shivering naked in the woods.
Will you guys make it to the north end?
I don't know. It might be nicer to use a pot of warmed water to wash your armpits in than to get in a stream.
Not when it immediately gets freezing cold.
You make it.
Also, do we have a pot big enough for Moshi Sora? That's a good question.
I didn't say I wanted to get into a pot.
You're not sitting in it, you freak.
Why not?
I am
Anyway,
not
You
your
will be-
soup!
Yes, you are.
She wants Moshisora soup.
We need a big cauldron so we can put Sora in. Make soup. I'll dice up some carrots.
Ooh.
And some daikon radishes.
Oh, it just occurred to me that I asked Kuranagi if she could help heal me, and we never did any rolls.
Yeah, do the rolls.
Oh yeah, let me make the roll for you.
Do the roll.
It's a light wound.
Light wound.
Very hands-on experience.
Lots of romantic tension.
I guess I'll spend a void so that I can try to ensure that I get a opportunity, the amount of opportunity that I need.
Yeah, Naren's wondering why y'all don't just bang already. She's already made it clear to Kuranagi that even though the two of them share a tent a lot of the time, that if you ever need Naren to fuck off into the woods, please just give her a heads up, you know?
That's a failure of a roll, sir. My friend.
That does fail.
Can we remove lightly wounded with a medicine check?
Yes.
What's the TN and what medicine check is it? I don't
It's on the lightning
remember.
wounded in the book. I believe it's a
I
10.
I can't reach the book. I almost always have it here.
Hold
but I don't
on.
know where it is.
Dost thou need assistance?
It does not say choose one of the following conditions if you succeed and remove it. It just says spend the opportunity and you remove one of these conditions.
Oh,
after
well,
casting
look
it.
at that.
So I will spend the opportunities to remove the lightly wounded condition,
I got the book in there.
and I will spend an opportunity to let you remove strife equal to my water ring. Or no, equal to my bonus successes, which is 0. Never mind. You get nothing back from that. But I'll heal a strife from that. So take that.
Thank you, Kuranagi. You are too kind.
That's
Anytime.
an oversight. That's another oversight of the book.
Yeah, that should definitely be only if you succeed.
Yeah.
I failed, but let me still put your bleeding away.
Yeah. Let me
Just
heal your
gonna-
condition.
Just gonna stick my finger in there and say some magic words and
Considering the conditions are much more painful than having
fatigue. Yeah, for real.
Than healing fatigue. Much less.
Okay, you guys travel down to the lake, north side of the lake, and you find the shrine to the Seven Fortunes. And it is on a place that kind of overlooks the lake, and it's kind of beautiful, and it doesn't have statues there. It's more of like it's more of like kind of like a small kind of a wooden what is it like it's like a shrine. It's a shrine.
Like something that's more modest.
Yeah.
And humble.
It's like one of those boxes you put money in with a little roof to keep out the rain or something.
Actually, no, you walk up to it, and it does have a stone base that this shrine sits on, and on the stone base is a place where you can play Hanafuda cards. And put into the rock is a hand that's already been played, and a place where somebody can play Hanafuda cards against that hand.
Ah.
Oh. Well, at least I have I have a skill in games. Lucky me.
Naren has a skill in games too.
You didn't think you'd have to play a game with the Hanafuda cards? Did you not think of this?
I didn't know that you could play a game with 7 cards.
Is. But I assume Daisuke collected all the cards, going up to the shrine, and let's see. Like trying to think.
Playing a game against fate.
Yeah, play a game against fate.
Against fate.
Well, I mean, I think using Void as Enlighten to kind of like get a feel for what Daisuke has to do to like kind of have a winning hand against this.
Void is the correct approach.
All right, excellent. And what is the TN on this?
The TN is going to be 3 because these Hanafuda cards you're playing with are non-standard, and you're trying to figure out the suits, and it's kind of hard and misleading.
Now I kind of wish I kept that Void. Yay!
I don't know what kind of game you play with Hanafuda cards, but I'm guessing my guess would be that your objective would have to be something revolving the Benton card.
Well, I mean, would assistance be frowned upon?
Of course it would.
All right, 100%. So this is just a straight up Daisuke roll then.
So straight up Daisuke roll. Do you have any advantages or disadvantages that can go into this?
Let me take. Well, fear of failure actually. So failure.
Oh no, yeah, that will definitely 100% come into play.
Yay!
So
at least I get a Void for it.
If you fail.
Yay!
Or maybe
well,
we could say
there we go.
So basically, you're trying to make matches from the suits, and you make scoring combinations using those suits. So basically, you're trying to get higher points than the enemy got with his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the enemy?
Your opponent, which is cards that have been chiseled into the rock, into the shrine.
Ah.
Okay, good to know. They've actually chiseled it in. It's not physical paper cards. That would be weird.
All right, well, here I go.
All right, that one success you have to re-roll because of your failure.
And I would suggest you reroll one of your opportunity and take a strife.
Yeah,
You don't have
definitely
to,
do.
but Narin is watching you and judging you as you fail. So
All right, Ellery and success. Okay. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Only have one in Void?
No, he has 3
One
in
in
Void,
games,
but he only
3
has
in
1
Void.
in games.
Oh, one in games. Okay.
Yeah. I wish it was an explosive.
All right, I guess that's it.
Oh, man, this sucks.
Right.
Anyway, I could use those 2 opportunities to kind of figure out, what was the best way to, figure out.
So you play your
There
hand...
is a thing for opportunities where it says figure out what the best approach is.
But that you already that
which
just
is
tells you
avoid.
ring skill, which you already know.
So what happens is Doji Daisuke plays his hand of Hanafuda cards in the way he thinks is going to give himself the best points. And everybody feels like a presence at this point. It doesn't feel ominous or bad. It feels kind of like the same feeling you got at the shrine of the Kirin. And you notice an egret that has been fishing in the lake take flight and land. It comes straight up to the shrine and lands right there, flapping its wings, making Doji Daisuke kind of move backwards for a second at all of the
Sunness of
ruckus it's
motion.
making. And it scoops up all of the cards in its beak and takes flight. And that's it.
Well, as far as I can tell, Daisuke doesn't feel really great right now.
Everybody can remove all of your cards from your inventory and remove all of those disadvantages that went along with those cards.
Yay, I don't no longer am super, super, super vulnerable to poison.
Kids now like me. I just don't like them. Still.
Yeah, all somebody needed to do while I had Georgian's first was like blow the poison dust that I send at them back at me, and I would have been gone. Oh no!
By the way, Matt, you do gain a void point.
Betrayal. So bad.
You do gain a void point from that because that fear of failure. I think that's it. Hold on, let me double check.
Eric, you didn't turn the stove off.
Let me double check Doji Dice K and that fear of failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, after performing a check that works against a promise you made, you suffer 3 strife. Yep. Okay, you gain a void. That's disappointing, but it's kind of how it goes. I mean, y'all spent all that time getting those cards, but nothing bad happened from it all. And I hope.
Yeah, I was just hoping that would remove Benton's curse or change it into Benton's blessing or something.
It would have, if you just
succeeded, but
been better at games.
Been just a little better at games.
I didn't think that had to be something that was gonna be done, but man, like that feels like crap. Jeez.
You were gonna get an advantage, a disadvantage turned into an advantage for free. I don't know. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
To be just
Well, narratively speaking, like it sucks for Daisuke.
Sure.
Like all that work for nothing.
It's
Hey,
a learning experience.
If nothing else, this can only be good for your poetry.
Portrait
And
poet.
now, I think maybe your goal might change from getting rid of Benton's curse to getting rid of your fear of failure, because that's the real thing that's holding Doji Daisuke back.
The real thing that cripples you.
Yeah, I see it.
All right.
Maybe.
Well, that makes sense.
Also, like, of course it was going to end up as a games challenge at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game.
I thought I had to sacrifice the cards, do a ritual, and say I'm sorry for you know, like the BS that I did when I was younger, and then just have things change.
Technically, you did do a ritual.
The ritual was a game.
The heart of the cards was not with me.
It was not, but at least you didn't go to the Shadow Realm.
I don't know. I thought I was being quite fair by making a courtier challenge for a courtier.
You're lucky you didn't succeed, because in order to complete the process, you would have had to look at Naren at the end and be like, I'm sorry for hating you so much. To remove your Benton's curse. I'm sorry for hating you because you stood me up. And then Benton herself would swoop down and be like, you have passed my challenge of love, child.
Sasha's mic's not picking up her voice.
Oh, shit.
Well, I can hear what she's saying though.
I can, but
Yeah, we can
Tarek's
hear you,
mic.
but it's kind of echoey because it's not your mic.
Hello, hello.
There you go.
Hello, much better.
Hola.
Okay. Where to now?
Off to maybe
Either
Kake then.
we make camp because it's been a day, or we keep going.
Okay, next day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check the weather on your next day.
Mm-hmm.
Weather. Let's hit the roll button. All right, it's foggy out, but
Foggy
nothing
body.
happens this day. the next day as you make it to Memekake Village.
Oh my gosh, we're actually going to be here? This game?
Yeah.
Feels like we've been traveling through Cinnamon Forest for like a year.
Oh, it's been months.
I kind of forgot where we were going. Just a little.
All right. It rains on your last day, but then you make it to Memekake Village.
We can be nice and soggy for our grand arrival.
Yes.
Well, it definitely fits Daisuke's mood for sure. He's like pretty downtrodden with the
Daisuke
result
looks
of
like a wet
everything.
cat. Same level of sad.
This village isn't huge, but it's big enough to be on like one of these maps. So that's a good thing. I mean, it's not like a city like City of the Rich Frog, but it's a good size. It is under the domain of the Hare Clan, but also kind of shared by the Crab Clan as well. And you find the place that you're supposed to go, the household of Kune Kamekishi. She welcomes you in. She looks like... let me get a view token artwork. Show players. She looks like... Hold on, let me see if I can show everybody at home.
Can I add something real quick before we get too far into this new scene?
Go ahead.
I was just thinking about it for a second. Naren will tell Daisuke on the way over here that I'm sorry you were not able to accomplish your goal. I know it meant a lot to you. And then she will immediately take 3 strife. And then never bring it up again.
Well, Daisuke will definitely thank Naren for her sincerity. But, well, perhaps I might have another opportunity in the future. But if not, I'll work with what I have. But thank you, Naren.
I'm full up on Void too, but I just thought it would be funny.
Kune Kamekishi is I mean, she's not as young as she's pictured here, but she wears heaps of white makeup with kind of blue and red highlights that are reminiscent of kabuki theater. Oh, hey. Hello, GM Weaver. We got a person in the comments it's our old friend Juvie, and he's now GM Weaver because he started his own RPG streaming, which is wonderful.
Hey,
Great job, man.
nice.
Tell us what.
Congrats.
So everybody follow GM Weaver and check out his RPG streaming. What are you streaming? What kind of games are you streaming? Let us know. Kumekameshimi bows and says, I am so thankful that you have arrived. I have gotten word that you were coming. Please, come inside and bring our guest. And who are these fellows? And they're like, we're from the Hare Clan. It's like, So you picked up some stragglers, huh?
Yes, we have picked up a hare escort.
The more the merrier. Please come in. So you guys enter her place, and it is in a state. It is not a small place.
Nice.
It's got servants and other such things. It's one of the larger places in the village, and you're pretty sure that this is like a crab stronghold, as there are other people walking through here. And she says, "Yeah, this is one of the places where the crab can study things in Cinnamon Forest. We take a lot of our samples from Cinnamon and we study them here, especially since there is Cinnamon Swamp and that seems to be a haven for Shadowlands creatures.
You're telling us.
Yes. We can definitely tell you about Shineman Swamp and the things that we have found there.
Oh, I would love to hear it if you visited there.
But first, may I ask you?
Have to share for that one.
May I ask you? Have you had any visitors before us recently?
Visitors?
Yes.
No. The Scorpion did want to set up something in this village, but we have stopped it. We've made sure that the Scorpion aren't here. We've been preparing for your visit. If the Scorpion want access to the town, they're going to have to bring a lot more men than that. And we have some stalwart Hida men and women here that will take great umbrage at the fact of Scorpion meddling in our affairs. And the Hare don't seem to like the Scorpion either, which is to our benefit.
Yes, well, they have recently come to understand some of the things that we understand.
Well, I have a cell set up for our guest. Hida-san, can you please take our guest to that cell? And you are welcome to stay here. We have... our place is big enough that you may be considered our guests.
Thank you.
Naren would like to look to Kuranagi and use her bond to say paranoid. Scorpion could be anyone here. Ida. Because the Scorpion disappeared really soon off. The guards disappeared too. What if we've been traveling with the Scorpion and didn't notice? I don't know. Maybe that's like absolutely insane to think about, but we have been duped by these guys. And I'm paranoid of everybody right now. I'm paranoid of the people we've been traveling with. I'm paranoid of this lady. I just want to make sure we do our due diligence. I might be a little crazy sounding. I probably am. But is there any sort of check I can make to try to further to try to give Naren some peace of mind that this is not, in fact, this Ida is actually an Ida? Like, could she say something that she thinks would throw them off guard or something before they go and take Kitsusatoru?
You mean Hida?
Hida, that's what I mean. Yes,
She's
I
a
am.
Kuni.
No, I mean the
guard.
The guard that's taking him.
The Hida guards. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would say or do to crack a mystic.
To crack a Hida.
Yeah, to crack a mystic disguise.
I can tell advantages and disadvantages from people, so maybe doing like a check that would give me some insight into their advantages or disadvantages could give me insight onto whether or not they have a freaking ninja disadvantage or advantage.
Okay.
Like we've been seeing, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Maybe I can just do like a courtesy check to talk to them briefly.
Sure. Do a courtesy check to talk to them.
Cause like, I mean, I know I sound absolutely bonkers, right? But we left Kitsusatoru with Youngso, and then someone who wasn't Sora showed up pretending to be Sora, and then the guards are missing, and then we know that lady plays mind tricks, and I don't know. I'm freaking out a little bit. Any ring? Does it matter? I think I want air for opportunity.
Yeah, air.
Just trying to be like polite and just ask them like a quick question or something, and then like something probably about like how many, what kind of protections they will have for the prisoner because he's tricksy.
You come off a little rude because you failed the roll, and I'm gonna make you lose like 1 point of honor for that.
Okay.
But you can use your opportunity to like get that disadvantage. And the Hita's disadvantage is relies too much on strength.
Okay.
Which, is that a ninja thing or is that a Hita thing? You make the call on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm content with that.
Okay. You guys stay there for a few days. You have nice food. You clean yourself up. You can get things repaired. And you...
Kuronagi feels much better about life. Temporarily.
And, yeah. You generally... you generally feel much better in life. You can get rid of all of your strife, all of your fatigue, all of that kind of stuff.
All right, so my armor can get back its durable quality, I assume, and what else? What else? Just want to quickly check my inventory.
Are you paying to have your armor fixed, dear?
Hold on. With 3 Zenny? Nah, probably not. Probably not. So, scratch that.
You need to see. Maybe you could ask to get a deal worked out, but I wouldn't just assume people are going to just fix your stuff for you.
True.
So, you get Kuni Kamikishi comes back with a large document and says, "This is our list of what Kitsu Satoru knows."
Whew.
This is a list of all of the high-ranking Gozoku that are in the Empire. And it is a who's who from the Crane Clan, the Lion Clan, the Scorpion Clan. There are a few people from other clans as well, including some inroads they've made in my clan. Every clan there's no clan that seems to be untouched, but it does seem that outside the Lion, the Scorpion, and the Crane, that that they have not consolidated their power yet, which means the Unicorn, the Dragon, the Phoenix, the Crab, and the minor clans can definitely be swayed to one side or another against these Gozoku. That said, there are a few minor clans that are well within the hands of the Gozoku, and the most troubling of these are the Deer Clan.
Yeah.
What were the clans that they said were unaffected? Crab, Phoenix, Unicorn?
Crab, Unicorn, Phoenix, Dragon.
Dragon. That was who I was missing. And then some minor clans except for the Deer Clan. Got it.
Yes. So the Deer Clan... the Deer Clan are firmly within the Gozoku. And... what else? And the Sparrow Clan.
Sparrow is in deep too.
Who we haven't even met yet.
Who you haven't met yet, yes.
The Sparrow are allies of the Crane, are they not?
Yep.
The Deer, at least, we're already sure of their allegiance.
There's one last detail that I need to give you. And that is, well, every great conspiracy has a head, a ringleader, a master. And while I do not have that master's name, I have their title. The person in charge, the person who runs all of the Gozoku, calls themselves the Sage Between the Stars.
Stage between the stars.
Well, it is a pretty name. Let
It
us
shows great hubris.
see who they are.
And Satoru knows nothing else about this person except their title.
Yep. The sage seems to keep their identity extremely hidden. Only seems to give orders through surrogates, mostly through members of the Shosuro family.
That is troubling. That is quite troubling indeed.
You need to take this back to the unicorn before winter starts. We will get you the fastest passage we can on a crab ship that will take you back to the city of the Rich Frog. We will make sure through magical means that Moto Minomen is warned of all of these details. Winter Court has been announced, and it is to be held at Violence Behind. No, it's not there. It is to be held at the esteemed palaces of the Crane Clan. If you are not part of the Gozoku, I would not attend. Unfortunately, Moto Minomen will have to go as the head of the Unicorn Clan. And if she goes, it will mean certain death for her. And if she doesn't, that will be open rebellion of the Unicorn Clan. That means war.
Naren looks at Daisuke, and she's quiet for a second, and then she says, how do you feel about going home?
Well, I'm quite troubled about this. Knowing that my clan is deeply entrenched in this.
I suggest you do not go there. They will execute you. And that does not mean that they will come at you with swords. They will order your death. And it will be ordered probably by the Emperor. Or said to be ordered by the Emperor. All of that said, this list has nobody on it from the Mia family, the Otomo family, or the Seppun family, which are the imperial families, the people who would usually hold imperial power. So
no one from the Mia, the Seppun, and who else?
The Mia, the Seppun, and the Otomo. These are the families who usually hold the political power of the Emperor, because that is his family. But they are being usurped.
We can't simply... We've come this far. What will be done with the prisoner?
We have to release him into the heir custody, and he will be returned to the Emperor.
She turns and looks... Are the hair present for this meeting or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Naren turns and looks at the hair and says, knowing all that you know now, can you make his return take as long as possible?
we have to get him there before winter keeps the roads, stops the roads or freezes the rivers.
I would not ask you to delay so long that you yourselves are in danger, but please do, if you are able to, stall his return for as long as you can.
We'll do our best. But if the Hare clan is in the crosshairs of the larger clans like the Scorpion and the Crane and the Lion, we're a minor clan. We cannot hold out against that. Unless there's a larger alliance at stake here. If there is open war, we can ally ourselves with the Crab clan on their side. That said, none of these decisions are mine. They belong to the courtiers of the Hare.
Unfortunately, this also means that if there was outward war, they would have divided Rokugan into pieces. The strong militaries of the Unicorn and the Crab would be separated. The Unicorn would be surrounded, save for the mountains to the north.
Unless... the Kuni speaks up, unless you can get the Unicorn other allies from the Dragon Clan.
And the Phoenix.
I know that the City of the Rich Frog is a crossroads for the Dragon, the Lion, and the Unicorn. There are also diplomats there, merchants from almost every clan, as it is a central hub of activity. If maybe you can return there and gather support for the rebellion against the Gozoku. Once the snow thaws and spring comes up and the war begins in earnest, you will have the allies you need to fight. That plus whatever allies you gained from the sages of Cinnamon Forest, if you gained any.
The sage of was it the Sage of Spiders? Was
Sage
that a
of
title?
Spiders.
Mm-hmm. The Sage of Spiders seems invested, and may be of assistance. Unfortunately, we didn't do the best job of gaining the favor of the rest of the sages. One was a blood speaker. The other was a difficult personality. And perhaps whether or not we made good enough of an impression on the Sage of Fallen Leaves is unknown.
Crystal, you know something about the Sage of Blood that makes her an ally.
That we got her
Makes
heart.
her an ally.
Does it make her an ally or does it make her a prisoner?
What I can say about the Sage of Blood is she claims to be my twin sister. She does look exactly like me. And she is a blood speaker. In fact, we have her heart. She is very intent on getting it back and, in fact, attacked the Falcon camp trying to get it back.
So, Crystal, why didn't she attack you directly? You have her heart.
Yeah.
That's why you're like, I was very confused when you were like, we could be attacked by the Sage of Blood at any time. It's like, no, you can't. Nope.
I mean, we could be attacked.
I mean, you could. It would be very stupid on her part.
I mean, she doesn't have to attack us to trick us. Like, if
she could use spells to mess with our heads, or send zombies after us.
Or ally with a freaking scorpion, for all we know.
Yep.
Like, a lot of things she could have done.
By the way, this is the end of the Sages of Shinneman. This is it. I thought you were going to go back to... I thought you were going to go back to the Sage of Fallen Leaves. You never do what I think you're going to do. That's why I called this episode The Secret of the Falcon Clan. I'm just going to tell you what would have happened if you went back there.
I would love that.
Koriko went back to that sage.
That's where I thought.
That's where she was waiting. She gave the rake back to the sage for a favor because you guys were like, we need the rake back to do these things for, and she's like, well, if they want that, they're getting something obviously, so I'm gonna go get that. And what she did to get the rake out was, she buried it, but in the morning she dug it up and then bribed the hair for them to take it.
Oh wow!
She just bribed her hair escorts. Money talks, and then took them to the sage's place, got a boon from the sage. What the boon was, see these hair? Turn them into babies and put scorpion souls in them. So she got Sasaki back doing that. Sasaki and a great scorpion leader as well was risen that way. And what was supposed to happen is you were supposed to go there, they were going to challenge you, and then Sasaki and the general were going to kill the other two Scorpion and be like, hey, we're not Scorpion anymore, we're Falcon Clan.
Wow. That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome. Didn't happen. So yeah, the bad people are not people who are Falcon Clan. She's taking people and turning them into the Falcon. Because they're the followers of Lady Mizoku. She's literally creating more Falcon. That's it. The Falcon... I basically are making the Falcon way more interesting, I think.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
Oh, and Sasaki was going to tell you about the Sage Between the Stars.
Retconning. We're going back.
We're retconning. We're doing it.
Doing it again.
I mean, was I wrong when I said it was going to be dangerous to go back there?
Well, one of the major things we were worried about was actually taking the Usagi clan members back and revealing that stronghold to them.
They already know where that stronghold is.
Well, but they don't know what it was.
No.
They don't know that the sage herself lives there, which was what I was trying to avoid them finding out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Sage of Fallen Leaves is just trying to make more Falcon Clan using, her mystic sagey ways of life and death.
Sage.
We have Rosemary and Thyme too.
And also do want to let you know, Daisuke's kind of on the precipice of maybe denouncing his connections with the Crane clan and maybe either going Ronin or maybe considering joining up one of the clans that are against the Gozoku.
I'm sorry.
He hasn't announced it yet. He hasn't announced it yet. But
is Daisuke gonna go rogue like someone he hates and despises for going rogue? Is he gonna do that?
Hold on. Before you do that, there is something to be said for trying to save your own clan.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Or for using your connections for a greater cause.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another thought that I had too.
By the way,
and now Daisuke is also very, very, very apologetically sorry for putting what was the name of that one Otomo girl? I'm looking through my notes.
Through the ringer?
Oh yeah, Otomo Ayuri, for putting her back under the watch of the Gozoku, through the crane.
That's exactly what you did.
Yeah, and he is absolutely regretful about that.
But don't worry about that. Like, you had no idea what any of this was. You didn't know you didn't know there was like this huge empire spanning conspiracy out there. You had no idea. She got played, you got played, everybody got played. That's the whole point of that first adventure, is to like, something's not quite right, but this all seems legit, so let's just go.
Yeah, we got the what's his face, that one guy in trouble, and what was Kuranagi's Giri? I don't remember. Was to just make an ally in the City of the Rich Frog? Was that what yours was? Mine was active.
To make an ally of the underbosses in the City of the Rich Frog.
Yeah, which we also kind of had, and so did Moshi Sora. I think literally all of us had kind of like furthering the Gozoku's plots, Giris.
Everybody.
I honestly don't remember at this point.
The first set was to
yours was to get dirt on the pink bitch.
The pink ladies.
Oh yeah.
Pink cranes.
Find information about the pink cranes.
Well, yours didn't help the Gozoku. It helped me seed plot points about the Gozoku. Everything was always like, I'm kind of giving everybody a little bit of clues here and there before I make the big reveal in...
We're getting bits of tea before the rest of the teapot is done.
In the Favor of Heaven, which was the next one where everything goes to shit. And then Cinnamon Forest, which I thought was pretty great. I don't know how much you enjoyed this Cinnamon Forest. It lasted way longer than I thought it was going to last.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
We can tell.
To the city.
I am too.
I really like roleplay instead of like survivalist fighting and trudging. So I'm excited to be going back to the city.
I like
it was a bit of a slog, to be honest.
Into like something not city based, but I think a lot of our characters work best in a city where there's a little bit more resources and kind of places to maneuver more politically, because a lot of us are political characters. And out in the woods, you don't have politics. Don't matter.
I can't stab the tree and I can't talk to the tree. What am I good for?
But I also think I foreshadowed...
Sneak up behind the tree and slit its branch.
I can't take its head off. What do I do?
When I did the recap at the beginning of this game today, I went through all of the sages again, and I was trying to foreshadow the fact that there might be a fifth sage.
Yeah, foreshadow a fifth sage.
Hey-oh.
See what I did there?
No, I don't.
With your sages combined, you get absolute bullshit.
They turn into one giant sage.
Hold on, there's Jim Weaver has been saying a bunch. It could be worse the Mantis clan, but it's the Crane. Yes, the Crane are the bad guys. You could say
Mantis clan a bad guy, because if we do, every player of Mantis clan will come and scream at us.
Yeah.
So does that mean that Sora's just going to be carrying around a goopy heart for like the next foreseeable future in her kimono?
I mean, I was carrying around the heart, but I'll give it to Moshi Sora.
She has to give it back to the Centipede clan. So
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
If you're giving it back to the Centipede clan, then we don't really have any leverage over your sister anymore.
Unless
we kind of do.
Unless the Centipede clan's on your side.
Well, yeah, maybe. Sora would have to arrange that, though.
GM Weaver has this great joke. You could say she is heartfelt to her sister. Her sister has to worry about her pouring her heart out.
She could give her sister a real heart attack.
That's the next one. Sora could give her sister a real heart attack.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day.
I hope Moshi Sora doesn't see fit to give her sister some serious heartburn.
Okay.
She's an owner of a
Double
lonely
pun.
heart.
Yeah, she's a fire Shigenja. You see what I did there?
I know, exactly. Giving my sister heartburn.
Owner of a lonely heart.
Yeah, you see, there's this thing called
Super
fire,
lonely
and
because
it
it doesn't
burns.
even have one body.
He's got no body to love.
Corey, this means no game for a month again?
No
Is
game
that what
for a
I'm-
month.
No game for a month? What?
I gotta get the new city, the Rich Frog together. Make all of. I have a ton of NPCs I gotta make now because this is a city game.
What
and
do you mean
gotta-
you haven't been working on this all along? Like, he didn't know it was coming.
Quick
God.
run.
What am I
Yeah.
supposed to fill my Christmas break with now? Real life stuff?
Cookies?
Existential dread and cookies.
Actually, I agree with that. Cookies
Yeah,
are good.
existential dread instead of L5R.
Existential
We're gonna have such a good time.
dread and cookies. Those sound like a great pairing.
I can send you a good recipe for shortbread.
Can you send me a good recipe for existential dread, though?
Yeah,
You don't need one.
it has egg yolks and brandy.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
All you have to do
You
is
have the
crack
shoju
the egg
flavor that
into
I'm
the
gonna have
brandy,
first.
and that'll
Yeah.
give you existential dread immediately.
And milk and cream. You put the cream in, the
Oh
egg
yeah,
yolks
yeah.
in,
That makes it even more dreadful.
and then some like holiday spices. A big stick of cinnamon.
I was gonna say
a pickled
bunch of
jalapeno.
eggnog-
What?
A bunch of eggnog in the. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, existential dread and eggnog, they're about the same.
Yeah.
Sasha's just like, what the fuck?
I stopped listening to y'all like 3 minutes ago. if I'm
Make
being honest.
L5R cookies and eat them with eggnog while facing existential dread.
As soon as I heard brandy, you lost me. I'm not an alcoholic, so.
Oh, you don't like alcohol, like
Yet.
at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay. There are plenty of other things you can have. You can have non-alcoholic cider, which is delicious, and I love it.
Or just regular eggnog.
Are we still on stream?
Wassailous wassail.
Wassail is amazing.
If you just want the existential dread and none of the alcohol, just drink eggnog.
Or crack
Do
an
it.
egg into a cup
What?
of lemon juice.
Hold on. Okay,
It's
first-
just as good.
First with eggnog, I want to lay down some eggnog rules first. I don't understand not drinking eggnog with liquor in it. Why would you just want to drink the eggnog if it doesn't have the liquor in it?
Kind of gross.
I don't know. My mom likes eggnog. She for her it's a childhood thing. When she was growing up, they drank a lot of eggnog during Christmas. And
So,
The
yeah,
nog
eggnog. I
from-
do like eggnog. I just think it's better with like some brandy or rum in it. Also, store-bought eggnog is goddamn trash. You
Yeah.
make it from scratch or you don't drink it at all.
Wasn't Nog the name of the kid from Star Trek?
Deep Space Nine,
That's
yeah.
correct.
Nog.
The first
The
Ferengi
Ferengi
in Starfleet.
boy.
Yeah, the Ferengi kid.
Oh, wait, how much XP do we get?
You get 2 experience points,
All of it.
but y'all get some other cool stuff too.
We get
We
some
do?
hogs instead of nogs.
You
Uh-oh.
do get
I think I
hog.
just messed up my XP again.
Hogs
I
over
just
nogs.
had like 4 or 5 saved and it went to 11 somehow. What are y'all supposed to be at? My number
I'm
jumped
at
up to
146.
I think we're supposed to be at 148 now, right?
Yeah, I'm
What?
at
no,
143.
Or 146. Yep. Okay. And then I had 5. I don't know. I must have fat fingered it because my XP total jumped up to 150 all of a sudden. I couldn't remember what I had written before. I was like, oh.
Unless we got like a special end of season bonus, which would be nice, Corey.
Okay. So, everybody.
Oh yeah, also, did everyone remember to give yourselves the 3 glory from last time?
Yes, 3 glory for defeating the ghosts. Because I didn't give you that last adventure.
Oh no,
I
I
did
didn't.
not.
And for completing this entire adventure and getting your person to the Crab Clan, you guys get 9 glory.
Woohoo!
I was already at max for multiple games.
And unfortunately, anybody who did not do their clan goal, their Geary goal, loses 10 glory.
Well, I mean, like, all I had to do was deliver Hayate to someone
so
to
can
the
come back
Pain
to
clan,
normalcy?
right? You didn't give me the opportunity to make the delivery, so...
Everybody, like, talked at the same time. I'm sorry.
Well, Matt, you have currently a live horse.
Yes, your horse did not die during this. There were horse deaths. Yours was not one of them. That's all you had to do. You made the horse live, and you have to deliver it to the Crane clan, which I assume you just do because it's the end of the adventure. Unless you don't want to give it to the Crane clan because you don't like them now, in which case lose 10 glory.
The horse. Keep
That
the horse.
is an option.
Yeah, I like the horse.
Are you
The
keeping it
horse
for
has
yourself?
been good to me. It's more in the
You will
honor
probably
of...
lose honor for keeping it for
like
yourself.
it's more in the honor of what was her name, like Motonomen or Motomi Nomen, like, you know, she gave me the war horse, and Daisuke would feel kind of terrible that, you know, the horse would be given to the Crane clan when the Crane clan is not in good standing right now.
Keep
Okay.
in mind, you're trying to
You
be
can
friendly
keep the
if you're
horse?
into the Crane clan, unless you're not. Unless
You-
you're like. Fuck
Well,
the
I
Crane.
mean, I was Daisuke was just told if he went to you know, the
Winter Court.
thank you, Winter Court, he would be executed straight up.
Yeah. Because
So
you guys found out, you guys successfully got Satoru and got all the information. Of course they're going to order your death
At Winter Court.
at Winter Court.
It'll be a fun show.
So, the question is, I'm just going to ask you it straight up. You give me a yes or no answer. Do you keep the horse, or do you give it to the Crane? It's not a yes or no answer, but you know what I mean. Do you give it to the
A
Crane,
or
or do
B?
you keep it? A or B?
well, since Daisuke found out that, you know, he was gonna get his death ordered, no, like, he's not gonna give it to the Crane. He's gonna keep the horse.
Okay, lose 10 glory.
Mhm.
But you have a horse now. I don't know if that's a great trade-off. I think it is. I think you made out there.
Yeah, you spent 10
He's a
glory
good
for a
horse.
I'd spend 10 glory for a horse. Are you kidding me?
I
Especially
gained
against
10
those
glory and
fuckers.
I got up to 85 glory, and I was like, "Eesh, yeah, that's really high for me. That's probably bad." And
Yeah,
then-
I'm at 56 glory with that minus. So
If
my
you-
glory has been like.
if you did the thing, then lose the glory. And I was like, "Oh, thank Christ! I'm now able to go back down to 75, which is still pretty high, but better than 85." Less people know about me now.
You're like,
That's
about
good, my
75 feels
Sora,
good.
you're at max, right?
Okay, and here's
Are
the
you
last
max on
thing.
glory, Sora?
So, like, would
Oh,
it be even
no.
considered an honorable thing?
I'm
for
pretty
you to,
high.
like,
I'm at
keep the
86.
horse? Like, you know, for the Unicorn Clan.
I guess it makes sense that I have a lot of glory because I get a lot of glory from dueling people because I've been
Duels,
at 100
yes.
for a while now.
Matt, for successfully getting all of the cards to the shrine, you get 3 glory. You also get 3 honor for doing something spiritually honorable. Nomen. No, not Nomen. Narin. Sorry, I'm doing it again.
Like, no?
Am I a princess?
Narin, you get 3 honor for compassion towards your rival. Everybody gets 9 honor
Holy fuck.
for doing this favor for the Unicorn Clan. And uncovering cool stuff about the Empire. This is courage. This is duty and loyalty. This is honor. This is sincerity. So you guys got you've hit a bunch of things. I'm giving you 9 honor for this.
Anyway, I could get 1 more glory point to get myself to 60 glory.
What did you do that was glorious?
Yeah, fair.
I'm giving you the glory that I'm giving you.
I know, so I'm at 91, 59, and, well, 36.
I know I have the lowest status out of everyone, but I do have the highest glory. I'm at 91, 124. But
I do have 100 honor.
Yeah, I wish I was you. I would switch with you if I could. In trying to be honorable,
hey, it's a famous
so honor all the
ninja.
time.
A Ronin ninja.
I'm not a ninja though.
Roninja?
I'm a Ronin.
That's it, everybody. That's game.
Mm-hmm. So are we still on the stream? Because I don't know if you announced
we
it
are
or
still
not.
on the stream. Yes.
Ah.
While we're still...
Daisuke has a glory horse now.
Hayate,
Could we
to
call
me
it a
looks
high
like,
horse?
You know the horse from Rapunzel from Tangled? The one that's like super smart and sassy and beating the crap
The
out
asshole
of the male
horse?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
Maximus?
Like sass. Yes, Maximus. That's the attitude that I imagine Hayate has. He's very sassy.
Oh, that'd be freaking awesome.
Hey Corey, real quick, I have 2 questions. The first one is, how much would it cost to get durable reapplied to my katana?
Yes.
Over here, before we leave.
To get anything repaired, for a katana, it's going to cost a koku to get it repaired all the way up to max.
Okay, I will do that.
Everything else, it'll cost. I'm gonna. Give me a second. Hold on. Don't quote me on that koku yet. Let me just check here.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I
basically
would like
Daisuke has
to
got
check.
no money whatsoever.
I would like to check on buying new sanctified robes. Since
I figure
that's
if we
what
wait
I
a
was
month
trying to
to do
replace when I ended up with these traveling clothes.
Because I figure if we wait a month
Okay,
to do this, we're going to
so
completely forget.
To repair anything, right? It will cost 10% of the value to repair it all the way up to max. To get new sanctified robes, you can get new sanctified robes. You can get them tailored here. They'll to be your clan centipede.
Yes, I will need completely new robes because they have already been destroyed.
Yes. So we can do all of this shopping stuff on Discord rather than here on the stream.
Don't need to shop. Just
So,
give me a
we're
yes
not
or
getting
no or
stipend.
whatever.
Thank you, everybody, for chatting me up. Thanks for GM Weaver. Thanks for Wargiz. Thanks to Dixie. Thanks to Johnny. And thanks to Daryl for chatting us up all there. James, I hope you wrote down all of the rewards I gave out because your character gets those too. So, hey.
You're here too.
We're going to take a
in
break.
spirit.
We're going to take a break while I get the new adventure ready and name the new adventure. I don't even know what I'm going to name it yet. But from all of us here, Crystal, Tarek, Matt, and Sasha, and
James.
My name is Corey. Go roll some dice.